Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Jared Goff and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
You hear so many discussions about Dak Prescott. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is he still ascending? What does he need to do to get there? All I know is that when he's in control of the Dallas offense, they were number 1 in the league last year in terms of yards per play, and he was second in the league in passing yards with over 4,900. This guy gets it done, and his team really likes him as their leader.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Leighton Vander Esch.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A run for Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
First down, Steelers.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
It leads to second
on 2nd and 10. Goff. And that is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd down.
Now Goff.
Yards to go.
And that is incomplete.
Goff pass. Incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're hitting Juju on the slant. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They get 11 there on 4th and 10. Didn't get it by much, but it is a first down. They run. Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now it's gone. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 4-yard line.
Now Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Defense owned that sequence, kept him right around the goal line.
How about a 3-play sequence where they did exactly as you described? Owned every play, got them backed up. Now they're going to get the football back. Personally, I don't rush the punter here. I play punt safe, let them punt it to me, and give my offense great field position.
Yeah, if you play your cards right, you'll be in plus territory pretty quickly here. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll try to draw now with Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Complete to Chase.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
22-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The quick slant caught. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. Second and 6 coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Prescott with a throw caught by Lamb. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run with Elliott. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up second and
5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
It's now second and 6.
On second down now, it's Connor. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Flushed out right. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
2 yards on the pickup.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Ebron's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An 8-yard pickup.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Defense.
The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Following the penalty, Chubb. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
On the carry.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Goff. This is caught. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Derek Watt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's been pretty effective so far, solid numbers yardage-wise, but the fumble last time, that's what he's thinking about. Has to be a little bit more secure.
Yeah, he does. Would you yell at him right here? Would you get on him?
No, I think you pick him up, don't you?
I agree with you totally. You pick him up in this situation because a lot of game left to be played, and he can be special with the ball in his hands. In that situation, he wasn't, but you talk to him about the 4 points of pressure, high and tight to the body, and let him go back to it.
Well, still plenty of time in this game, so he'll have opportunities to secure that ball with those 4 points of pressure. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there.
Ezekiel.
The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Down at the 45-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Ezekiel Elliott.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Elliott.
Elliott again, the ball carrier.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
17.
Steelers. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner only 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Eric Ebron.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Steps away to his left. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this,
that is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25 yards.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner. than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now Connor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll try the air now with Goff. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Leads to second and goal.
Second down and goal. Goff. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Prescott. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable second and 1. Here's Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. And again, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Prescott looks to throw on first. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they're in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes it a 28-24 game. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he won't quit 25.
Cameron Sutton on the return. The Steelers take over first and 10. at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation...
yet again, Goff is intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right,
there you have it. Halftime quickly up. Over. Third quarter, here we go.
Greg Zuerlein.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Chubb. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
There's Goff. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Fitzgerald on the slant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the counter, it's Connor. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the red zone now, Goff Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 44, Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
10 more yards.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On the pickup. It's second and inches at the Steelers' 23-yard line.
This is Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Rico Dowdle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. And his 2 touchdowns a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score them, garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays. And I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27 on the carry.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Steps away. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
On 1st and 10, it's counter. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Ball carrier.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
6-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run with Chubb. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Goff now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Cowboys 32. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 5.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, Prescott throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 17 on the play.
Tackled back at the 33-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And he'll get this one up to the 26. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Greg Zerline.
Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. They're able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Taken down at the
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Nick Chubb.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Rolling to his right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. On 4th down, Goff. And he connects with Ebron.
Goff's pass.
But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
James Conner
able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
45. Cowboys 39.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Dak Prescott on the offense. Down by 6. A minute 54 on the clock. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Jared
fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they've left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0. And I don't care how much confidence you have in your defense. I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be aggressive because those guys can pick me up. You really put them in an impossible situation because at the least you're giving up 3 in that situation, right? So I would have punted the ball out of there and given them a little bit of a cushion.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Goff now to throw, and this is caught, and that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now 13. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. At time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
The 43-yard line.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A first down throw for Prescott. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. To try again after the sack. Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.